So we're driving a 1989 Alfa Romeo Milano Verde. It has a tick over 90,000 miles on it, and I am the second owner. This isn't a car for everybody. You know, from the outside, it's kind of an awkward-looking sedan that polarizes people in terms of its styling. But from a driver's standpoint, it's a fantastic car. It was developed during a period when Alfa Romeo was still independent, when they weren't cost-cutting under Fiat, and as such, it's a rear transaxle car for lower center of gravity and better handling. It has rear inboard disc brakes, and it's got that jewel of a motor up front, the famous Busso V6 motor. You know, I think had Alfa had more cash to develop it into a full-fledged DTM racer, it would have been very, very competitive. Certainly we know that from road tests of the day that compared these cars stock. But they didn't. They did develop race versions of the 75/Milano, and they did quite well. It just wasn't as well known as the DTM racers were. I bought this car from the original owner in September of 2014. It was a very emotional transaction because he had the car so long, since 1989, and he clearly loved the car. In fact, when we were exchanging the title, he had to excuse himself to go blow his nose and clean himself up. He had started crying. That's how much he loved the car. I like this car because, for starters, nobody knows what it is. It comes from obviously it comes from the 1980s. You can see that by its angular, blocky styling. But there's a lot of curiosity in terms of what it is and what it does and what it competed with. And the reason I love this car is because it's completely under the radar. It's got this incredible Alfa Romeo V6 engine, which sounds like half of a Ferrari V12. It's got this wonderfully lithe, composed chassis that just positively encourages you to push it harder and harder into corners. And it's got the practicality of a sedan, so you can actually, take a nice road trip with your friends and a weekend, worth of luggage in the trunk. It's just an all-around great car.